The Keeneland September sale is a marathon event, not only for consigners, but for buyers and agents. We're out this morning with Mike McMahon and Jamie Hill. Their McMahon & Hill Bloodstock Agency will look at the majority of horses on the grounds in search of tomorrow's stars.
Nice, aren't you? Well, we do a lot of bookwork preparation. We take our November sales catalogs, where a lot of these horses have come through and they graduate out of the November sale and were purchased, or we looked at them at that point, and we mark those horses in our September sales catalogs. We mark any horse that we've liked in other sales, maybe a sibling or something like that, or something that we tried to buy.
For us, where we find value is we attend every sale, basically around the world. We're in Africa, we're in England, but we attend all the 2-year-old sales, the weanling sales, the breeding stock sales. And so we built a database that gives us, we feel, a little bit of an advantage. So some of these younger mares that just have their first, second foals out there at this particular time, we've seen them if they've been through a sale.
I guess we're slightly impatient. I mean, we like 2-year-old runners. It's a whole lot easier to promote success rather than to say, wait until he's 4. And our people tend to want to win, and we want to run in places like Saratoga and have those fancy 2-year-old winners. So that's an important part of it for us. We want something precocious. You're only going to be a year away from racing, less than a year away from racing, so there's maturity. But there's also attitude and the way that they, the way that they respond to the handler tells you that they'll take to this early program easily. Size is important because big, lanky horses will take a while to get collected and gathered up for a 2-year-old racing. It'd probably be unlikely that they'd be ready early. I think that, you see a lot of Derby horses win off a couple or 3 starts. Those are bigger, lankier horses that trainers wait on.
You also are a little bit unique in that you're not only buying horses out here, you're also selling horses. You have a very nice Tappet in Book 1, Hip 56. Tell us a little bit about that horse. He
was in the Conquest Stable Dispersal last year, and when they decided to sell, they sold all of their horses at one time, and so they had a lot of foals. I think there was a dozen anyway that were in the sale. He was one of them, and we just thought that if we were going to buy a Tappet, that might be an opportune place to buy one where there wasn't a reserve. And he's a really nice colt. He's out of a Grade 1 winner, first foal, and she actually has a half-brother that's training very well with Baffert, and if timing were perfect, he would win an hour before our horse runs, but it's not going to happen. But he's a really nice colt. He's been at my farm, and my crew's done a great job with him. I'm really proud of him. I think he's a good horse.
So we have a couple of very nice horses in this sale in Book 1 and in later books as well. But in Book 1, our horses, they should stand out. And as sellers, we're pretty excited about that. You guys have Hip 165 in the sale. Tell me a little bit about this horse and what you guys like. Well, I mean, he was an expensive horse to begin with. We paid quite a bit of money for him. He's by Warfront, who's one of the world's leading sires, who's had a very good year again, thankfully. He's out of a Rahi mare. And for, what you're looking at in this Book 1 is those are the type of pedigrees you need. She's a successful Rahi mare. She's a grade stakes producer, and she's relatively young still. So all of those things, plus he's good sized, he's well balanced, he's got a great walk. Tick all the boxes, he does those things. As buyers in Book 1, we're probably going to be looking more than buying. We always try. There's always value there. Sometimes it's best. We were able to buy in August at a top-end sale, and hopefully we can do it again.
You're a good girl, aren't you? Okay, that's good. Thank you. The September sale begins Monday at 3 p.m. with a single-day Book 1 session, followed by 3 days of Book 2 action with daily sessions starting at 10 a.m. We will be here with video coverage to support our coverage in Blood Horse Daily and at bloodhorse.com. Don't forget to download the app to your mobile device to get the latest news.